Talking about something nauseating, fam. Go ahead.
So Keaton Mansfield, who was with us in Nicaragua, one of the people who are part of Caleb's organization, went to this event at Austin, Texas by DSA. And it's an event that had AOC as a featured speaker. Now, AOC is in Texas promoting several candidates, including Jessica Cisneros and some other dude that I don't even, because I haven't been paying attention. I mean, years ago, I probably would have been paying more attention. I really haven't.
Yeah.
But what I do know is that these candidates are your status quo progressives. You know, they say we're going to push Medicare for all. We want a Green New Deal, the same fucking tired old bullshit that it's 2022. It doesn't work anymore. And, you know, we're going to take over Democrats and we're going to get corporate money out of politics, the same shit. So she's over there supporting these candidates. And if she's supporting them, you should know that they're not very good, that they're going to be liberal establishment candidates, but masked under the progressive label. So he went and confronted AOC and pretty much told her that she didn't stand up for Nicaragua, didn't stand up for Venezuela, that she voted to fund the Iron Dome. And he really laid it all out there. So let's take a look at this video where he pretty much lays out all of these things.
About that a little bit too, because
you refuse to fight tooth and nail against the Iron Dome funding. You refuse to stand. Let's
talk about it.
You're a traitor to the people.
Let's talk about it.
To the people of the world.
Let's talk about it. Because let's actually start on that though, right?
Yeah.
Because
right.
I don't believe in elephants in the room.
Yeah, me either.
Let's speak on it, because we are all here in solidarity to fight for human rights for Palestinians and Palestinian kids. So if we care about this, my brother, if we care about it, we gotta be about it. We gotta be about it. And when the votes happen, they have to.
Fam, we gotta be about it, fam. You gotta be about it, sister. The fuck does that even mean?
She obviously isn't about it because she voted present, was essentially a yes for the Iron Dome, because she knew exactly the votes needed to be calculated in order to get it to pass. And again, at the end of the day, this is what they do. They take turns. We've talked about it before. Some of them vote for certain measures, others hold back, and then next time around, it's whoever else, right? The squad, all of them actually voted to sanction Cambodia. They voted present on the Capitol Police. AOC in particular voted present on Capitol Police funds. And so this is nothing new. You know, we've been talking about this forever. And the most poignant part to me is that she didn't answer the question. She didn't give an answer as to why she should be held accountable for her vote. And the fact that she voted. She didn't answer the question. And also, the moment he asked this question, her sycophants were like booing him for not even asking a question, for literally stating facts, like facts that you can look up right now and you can verify her voting record. And they literally were shutting him up, booing him. And it reminded me of the time Franco went to the steps. Yeah. And Corey
was Anders Lee going to pop out, fam?
I know.
He's going to pop up. Boo! With your stupid cowboy hat.
I mean, what? So these people don't want to hear it, right? And it's just a microcosm of what these people are online. Like, this is what they do online. You tell them this is her vote and this is why she's a liar, she's a fraud, and she's just there to like bring people back into the party, into the Democratic Party. That is her job. She's an influencer. She's a celebrity. She's not really a politician that has, you know, that like a politician should be. So they don't even like try to grasp that. They just automatically like deny, like, let's not hear it. And that reminds me of the behavior of a lot of these people when it comes to vaccine mandates and the COVID narrative as well. Like you could tell them, you could show them data, you can show them numbers, you can show them facts, and they still won't like listen to you because their mind is already made up from the start.
Yep.
So
yeah, totally 1000%. And, you would think we live in a kind of, nuanced society where somebody, instead of booing, Mr. Mansfield over there, would go, yeah, why did you vote for that? Like, why don't you answer us right now? Why did you vote for the Iron Dome? You pulled this little act, you cried on the floor, you changed your vote. Why did you do it? And why did you say all those things about Venezuela? And why didn't you stick up for the people of Nicaragua and allowed, the Renaissance Act to just be thrusted upon the Nicaraguan people, mostly the poor people, without, causing a fuss? If you're for, fighting, if you're saying we got to be about it, AOC, Sandy.
Don't talk about it. Don't tweet
Tell us
about
why.
it.
Yeah.
Be about it.
Be about it. Why aren't you about it? And how easily people take this whole fucking just bullshit, this noise that she puts out there. I don't even know what you would say. It's just so full of shit, this pandering of sorts. But she's in Texas. Did she endorse Sema Hernandez or no?
I don't know.
I haven't seen anything about it. What about the progressives? Because you just pointed out that she's gonna, if she's endorsing somebody, who's she endorsing? What's going on? You know what I'm saying?
The progressive there is Jessica Cisneros, and she's been touted as being a progressive. But like I said, like I don't consider her a progressive. I don't consider Sema Hernandez you could consider them progressives in those terms. Like AOC is a progressive.
Yeah.
But they're not really there when it comes to the issues of anti-imperialism,
True.
the COVID issue.
Yeah.
They're not.
But all these people hung in there for her, fam, is what I'm saying. These were the progressives. They're like, oh no, you know what I'm saying? She's more progressive than the other ones. They're more in line with us. So we have to align with the squad, even though we're not getting everything we want, but they're fighting with us. Don't these people see the pie they get in their face that they're never going to support them? They're not there for that. They're for what you exactly talked about. For moving in more fucking neoliberals into the party to front as progressives just because they stomp their feet and say a few things like, we got to be about it. Why don't these people realize it? They got a lot of pie in their face right now. Are they going to still stick up for the squad?
I mean, they are. I mean, I think the vast majority of the people that are always going to stick up for her are going to stick up for her. But a lot of people are seeing through more and more. I'm seeing more comments that are like, wow, I used to like her, but I don't anymore. But this is geared towards the DSA crowd, right? Like the faux revolutionaries, like the ones that like to pretend they want a revolution, but really they don't actually want any change. They just like pretending and feeling good that they do, because these are the next liberal, like these are the next generation of liberals that are hyper obsessed with culture wars, but don't really want to change or know how to organize any sort of economic change. They completely push away anybody from organizing anything. And it gets worse in terms of what happens with her, because she went, like I said, to Texas and started hanging out with these people that she's endorsing for office. And there's this whole thread of her, if you guys want to see, I don't want to waste our time, but she said that Texas will turn blue. And she was cheering, like just jumping around and cheering that Texas will turn blue. It's inevitable. So you can just play the video. It's very short. It's a minute long. Sure.
Will happen. The only question is when, Texas. The only question is when. So the work that you put in today, the work that you put in tomorrow, the work that you put in on Monday, when you go one more door when you're tired, when you make one more call, when you feel exhausted, you're bringing that day 1 day sooner. 1 day sooner, 1 day faster. This state will turn blue. It's going to happen with the seat of San Antonio and Austin. It's going to spring down to Laredo. It's going to go up to Houston and to Dallas and to all across the state, rural and urban and suburban. We're going to fight for a living wage as a minimum wage. We're going to make sure we unionize the hell out of this
So she got in all her virtue signals, in case you didn't notice. Wages, union, undocumented workers.
She didn't say, fam, we're going to stand by the LGBT community. She should be canceled. How dare she leave them out?
It's Texas, so she's allowed to do that. But she's talking about turning the state blue. Do you guys notice how she's literally just she's a clown for the Democratic Party? She's over there performing theater for the Democratic Party. She's not even doing what she used to do as a DSA person, really, as some sort of revolutionary. She's just flat out in campaigning for the Democratic Party to give more power to these Democrats that have literally done absolutely nothing but screw the American people more. And I'm not saying this to tell you to go vote for Republicans, because they haven't done anything either. But other than screw people, what I'm saying is stop, realize that you're being played, because this is just hilarious to me. Vote blue. It's 2022, and here's AOC, the one who was going to bring the ruckus, and who was going to be the revolutionary leader, the next Bernie Sanders. Well, she's doing a good job of sheep herding people into the Democratic Party, just like Murdy was doing towards the last part of his campaign, especially. But since he ran, and she's just pretty much doing that times 10, and she's becoming the Nancy Pelosi of her generation. 100%, absolutely.
Yeah, Nancy Pelosi was for Medicare for all, and then all of a sudden she started pivoting, right, at one point. And AOC will pivot too as well. But she gets all the culture bullshit in there. So, and not to say that's not important, but that's, the only thing that's a lot of on these progressives' minds. You know what I'm saying? There's no nuance when it comes to economics, reform, and policy, which we're going to talk about today. We've talked about this from the get-go, fam. If we have a movement, a general strike, something that's really going to take hold, it's going to come out of labor, because it's going to combine everybody. But now, the progressives are pushing back against it. You don't hear AOC saying anything about that shit. She's going to probably be in their camp of calling them racist idiots, and that's that. But, I'm starting to get tired of talking about Sandy. I just want a clip of Danny Terrio from Greece going, Sandy! I just want that up there now, because it's become comical at this fucking point.
It is comical. It's comical, but I think it's just kind of we're not talking about it in the same narrative as, oh, she's just corrupt and look at how awful she is. But we're talking about it in the sense of she's this is a narrative that they're trying to push. This is the way they're trying to skew people, not just oh yeah, she's corrupt, whatever, but why? What is her purpose? What is her real role in this situation? And her real role is that she's an influencer, that she is this character for the younger generations to fall into this whole revamped neoliberal progressivism, because that's what it is. It's just a rebranded neoliberalism under progressive, just culturally progressive, and that's it. Because there's no economics, no working class structure to it. It's all elitist. It's all just a virtue signal. And at the end of the day, it's giving more power to the status quo. You're not challenging power at all. So that.
And it's a lot of fucking mentally ill people over there. I'm saying, that are fucking all into this shit. They're the narcissism of this whole situation, that you have to put your personal feelings over every fucking thing else, and you can't work with people who feel differently than you. That what Niko said on that show when you did it today, it's that person, you're not going to like that person, but when you come down there to protest against fascist mandates, you work together, and then you can go back to hating each other whenever, whatever. But what I'm saying, we're not getting there with Sandy. Sandy's there to fool us and take our eyes off the prize. But I'm very happy and thankful that the two last people to really get in their faces, 3 if you count Max Blumenthal, Franco and Keaton are friends of ours, friends of the show, and I am so proud of them for doing these things. Franco laughed in AOC's face. He went, ha! Keaton told her, you refuse to fight tooth and nail. I didn't know he was that much of a presence, because the guy is such a lovable guy with that cowboy hat. So proud of him. I'm so proud. And we got to continue to do that, because We got to,
Yeah.
fucking
There's
beat
more.
back this bullshit image that she has, that she's for the working class person. She's not. She's there to distract you and shepherd you back into the Democratic Party. That is what Fam has been saying for a long time. That is her job. Do your job, Sandy. She's doing it.